Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Crypto Mark. I want to take time to talk a little meme coins for you guys on this Sunday as we conclude the weekend. All right, because Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, they've been lagging the rest of the market, and we've seen meme coins continue to suffer losses. And as the market remains red, back-to-back days of red, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my thoughts and get into some of these numbers from this article, because it's very important moving forward that we know what's going on, because Bitcoin brushing all-time highs, Ethereum ETFs, as well as what we have going on with the oncoming presidential election. This is something where I think 2024 can turn very bullish. It can happen just like this. So stay tuned. And remember, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, this is a perfect opportunity. Make sure you guys all smash that like button and subscribe down below. Turn on that notification bell. And if you haven't followed me on X, make sure you guys all do that. Check me out. The link is down there with my handle. And let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be talking some Doge and SHIB. And guys, remember, this is not financial advice. So always do your own research and due diligence. And let's get into it. All right. And these are the crypto bubbles. So you can see we're slowly moving. The market is red. We look into this a little bit further. You can see Floki's down, SHIB's down 1.7%, and the likes of Dogecoin and some of the other meme coins out there in the market down 1.6%. So not a dastardly red day, but it is still red nonetheless. There are some cryptos up, but even if we get a little further down that list, you can see Dog with Hat 2%. So less volatile than we've thought. But that is something where we look into it a little bit deeper. You can see Bonk is the only one that's really up in this meme coin space. But I think that more so, the biggest narrative going on right now is Bitcoin's brushing all-time highs. All coins seem to be lagging. Doge is lagging. SHIB is lagging. What is going on? So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So let's get into it. We can look right here and see some of the stuff that I've already talked about. You can see kind of for comparison, Bitcoin is down, but the other cryptos are down a little bit more so. And the biggest thing to take into consideration is the number of meme coins out there. Okay, we've seen some of these fads, if you will, these real quick risers. We talked a little bit about some of these Solana meme coins. We've briefly discussed Iggy Azalea's mother's token. Sorry, that's a weird last name to pronounce. Apologies if any of you guys have that last name as well. But these are some where the more smaller cap. I know they're booming. I know they're worth millions, but a lot of these cryptos out there, they're suffering some really, really volatile losses. Now, the reason why I talked about that is because you look at Doge, you look at SHIB, they're the OGs, okay? They're the original meme coins, in my opinion, okay? But taking that a step farther, when Bitcoin is down or up, meme coins seem to pump alongside of it, especially Dogecoin. It correlates a little bit more so than SHIB does with Bitcoin. But in this same conversation, that's why it's important. They're relatively stable. There's nobody selling meme coins. They're selling, but it's almost in a programmatic way. It's not in a kind of a panic direction. So the kind of interesting thing to talk about is when we look at Dogecoin's chart, and I did pull it up for you guys in a recent Dogecoin video, we're right about to enter that range, right at this 13 to 16 cents. That's where I think Dogecoin wants to consolidate. And then from there, if we do continue this momentum up, I think the next direction is going to be high. I think we get back to 20 cents very easily. And if I want to pull up SHIB for you guys, you can see what I'm talking about within Shiba Inu. Okay, still same exact chart, momentum up for SHIB. It's a little bit higher, it's a little bit more volatile, but this is kind of the range for Shiba Inu that is very important. Okay, and I'm going to point this out for you guys. This is kind of what I look at right here. Okay, so it's 30 cents for SHIB, and this is the other one that really illustrates to you guys. I'll put this other blue line. Okay, this is where I look for SHIB to trade at. Okay, the 4025 mark to the 403 mark. That's where I want to get Shiba Inu back to. If we get back in that level, that's when we can really start our next leg up. I think we'll be more comfortable there. I think traders will be more comfortable and confident. But anything below this blue line, okay? And you can take it a step farther and you can illustrate that this might be a little bit of more of a bottom floor. You can see those W's start to form, and that's where I really thought that this momentum up here would take us a little bit higher and get us back above that 403 mark. But then I think that correlated with the time period where we did have a little sell the news go on with Bitcoin, or one of the more larger players out there in crypto that the market tends to follow more so than others. And I think that's where we got this sharp fall off, the sell off, and that's why we are struggling to regain back up to that 402 mark for Shiba Inu, where that is going to be the first step, right? shedding that number, getting rid of the 1. We're very close. I think that if we continue the momentum up, that'll happen. And if we do get that to happen, then obviously, guys, we can put it all together and get out of this consolidation range with the next bullish step. And it's not going to happen, and this is important for you guys to understand. SHIB has been around for a little bit now, okay, and we've been through a lot of leaps. We've went through some hard times. We went through some huge announcements, right? Lucy, Kusama, basically all the way up to the top. Shiba Inu has had a lot of activity go down where you would normally expect, okay, hey, we're gonna go. It's time for Shibarium to run. So not so fast, and I'm not fudding Shibarium. I believe in a lot of those ecosystem plays out there. But I just wanted to tell you guys kind of what I'm feeling. If this is going to happen, if this right here is going to happen, and we're going to get back up to, say, here in this circle range, it's going to happen not with anything to do with Shibarium, okay? We've had that come about. We've had huge headlines, announcements, real big headlines, and it's done nothing. It's actually been quite the opposite. We've actually probably sold off from there and had a little bit of a sell the news event. So for me and how I view SHIB, excuse me, it's going to be more so important for us to have organic growth, not necessarily, contrasting the rest of the market, but it needs to happen without any kind of a false narrative, a false push, something that's more sustainable, that's going to go like this and not, be volatile, sell off. We get a big headline, boom, pumps 15%, and then we dump 20. We're just going to tread water that way, okay? SHIB has to continue to ascend. I think that if you look back and you see kind of where we're at right now on the charts, and I know this is hard to see because it's zoomed in. I'm sorry, zoomed out. But this is what's important. When we were right here, okay, and this was, guys, this was just back in February of this year, okay? I know we just wicked up to it, but we're not that far off. And from this level, this would take us back to essentially a little bit more than 50% of SHIB all-time highs. So as bad as you think it is, as bad as, it stinks to be a SHIB holder right now in terms of profitability, I guess, it's really not that far off from the crazy old days where I think everybody made a ton of money with Shiba Inu, and a lot of those people have left crypto. A lot of those people still hold SHIB, but more so, this is kind of what's important. And forgive me, the chart did not pull up, but this is what I was alluding to, okay? That circle, that's the range that we want to be back at, okay? And then from there, like I said, this big blue line, that's over halfway from all-time highs. So continuing to say it, we're not that far off. It needs to happen organically, though. So we're going to continue to cover Shiba Inu basically every single day on the channel. I thank you all for riding with me. If you've been a subscriber for a long time, I appreciate you all. And if you have not subscribed, perfect time to do so on your way out. Make sure you all smash that like button as well, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.